Owning a lake had always been a dream of mine. I grew up fishing with my dad, and when the chance came to buy a chunk of land that included a small, secluded lake, I jumped on it. It wasn't massive, but it was private, peaceful, and best of all mine. Or so I thought. The HOA from the neighboring subdivision had other ideas. It started with little things. I catch people sneaking through the woods, fishing off my dock, teenagers swimming at night. Then, full-blown barbecues popping up on the shoreline. Every time I told them it was private property, they'd roll their eyes and say, "Karen said it's community use." Karen, the HOA president. The first time I confronted her, she acted like I was the problem. "You have to understand," she said in that condescending tone. "The community has always used this lake. It's basically part of the neighborhood." I shook my head. "It's not. I bought it fair and square. If people want to use it, they need my permission." Her smile turned sharp. "You'll find that's not how this works. The lake is a neighborhood feature. You can't just hog it for yourself." I thought she was bluffing, until one Saturday morning, I found a realtor's sign planted near the boat ramp. "Lakefront access, lots available soon." She was literally trying to sell my property. That same afternoon, Karen showed up with 2 HOA officers in reflective vests. "You're trespassing," she announced, standing on my dock. "The board has voted to reclaim this lake for community use. If you don't comply, we'll call the sheriff." I almost laughed. "Call whoever you want. Just make sure they bring handcuffs for you." Sure enough, they called 911. When the deputies arrived, I showed them my deed. Clear as day, my name, my land, my lake. Karen kept screeching about historical community rights until the deputy finally snapped. "Ma'am, if you step foot on his property again without permission, you're trespassing." End of story. But Karen didn't stop. A week later, I got a letter certified mail from the HOA's lawyer. They were formally demanding I sell the lake to them for $5,000, claiming it was fair market value. My blood boiled. That's when I decided enough playing defense. Time to go on the offensive. I met with my attorney who specialized in real estate law. Not only did we send the HOA a cease and desist, but we also filed for damages over unauthorized use of my property. My lawyer explained something even better. Since the HOA had been charging dues for lake maintenance, they were essentially committing fraud. Meanwhile, I made a bold move of my own. There was a big parcel of land for sale right next to their subdivision, the one with the clubhouse, tennis courts, and HOA office. I bought it, cash. When the ink dried, I walked into their next meeting, deed in hand. "Ladies and gentlemen," I said, "you're now trespassing in my building." The look on Karen's face was priceless. The HOA scrambled, but it was too late. Their common areas were now mine. I padlocked the clubhouse, shut down the tennis courts, and posted signs. Private property, no HOA access. The fallout was instant. Homeowners stormed the board meetings, furious. Their dues had tripled because Karen kept throwing money at lawyers, trying to fight me. Within 2 months, half the board quit. By the 3rd month, the HOA itself dissolved. And the lake? Still mine. Now it's gated, posted, and completely off limits. If I feel generous, I let a neighbor fish, but only if they ask nicely. Karen? She ended up moving after her neighbors turned on her. I heard she tried starting another HOA in her new town. Old habits die hard. But she'll never forget the day she called 911 on me for refusing to sell my lake, only to watch me buy her whole neighborhood and shut the HOA down for good.